Hello friends, welcome back. So to my center, and it's regarding automotive skills, computing skills, and simultaneously assisting in academic also. So today I am going to talk about a topic that is how a two-wheeler engine works. So I am not going to talk more on technical aspects. I will be showing you a vehicle, a two-wheeler, a motorcycle, and just I will be telling that how the fuel from the tank it is moving from one place to another. Okay, means it is going to the cylinder, and then how that burning will be there, where is the spark plug. So those things I will be discussing. So today the topic is working of a two-wheeler petrol engine. Though in the picture it is shown four-wheeler, but not about four-wheeler I am going to talk today. That will be there in another video. Yes, of course. So this is the two-wheeler on which I will tell that what actually makes this vehicle to move forward. Of course, there is no reverse gear in this particular vehicle. In two-wheeler generally there is no reverse gear. So reversing of the vehicle, that mechanism is not available. Yes, the mechanism which makes this two-wheeler to move forward, that is available. Okay, so that particular topic we are going to talk now. Okay, so this is the two-wheeler which is in front of you. This is Hero Honda Splendor. Hero Honda Splendor. Okay. So in this vehicle, it's an old model, of course, and nowadays some new models are available. Same vehicle in Splendor, Splendor Plus, like this, some new models are available. It's old model. In this old model also, though the working is absolutely same to same. So this is the tank. This is tank. Which tank? Fuel tank actually, for storing fuel. Now we go to the petrol pumps and we just open this lid. So fuel tank, that cover is covered with additional lid, which you can say, can be opened only with the help of the key of the vehicle. And when you will be opening it, inside there used to be one you can say round cap will be there, which we can rotate 45 degree and then it will get opened. We can remove it, and after that petrol will be filled in this vehicle, right? Yes, so this fuel tank will be storing fuel. Now here, that fuel outlet, in this case, in this vehicle, here one stop cock is being added here. So for working on the vehicle at that time, suppose carburetor is opened and we need to stop the fuel inlet to the carburetor, then in that case there will be a knob here which we will be utilizing it. And so this can also be called as fuel shut-off cock. Fuel shut-off cock or valve also we can say. So even we can close the fuel from here, so there will not be any supply to the carburetor. And simultaneously this fuel shut-off cock is having three positions. Okay, the fuel shut-off cock is having three positions like this. So this is the position which is closed in the center, completely closed. One side, if we will be moving it, then that is for main. Main means when the fuel is more than reserve capacity. Here somewhere 1.1 liter reserve capacity is there in this vehicle. So if the fuel level is more than 1.1 liters, then the fuel will be getting supplied with this main. So we have to move the fuel shutoff in this position of main. And another position is there for reserve. Reserve. Suppose in case the vehicle has got stopped and the vehicle is not running properly in main, it means we will come to know that certainly the level has gone down and now fuel is in reserve capacity. So manually we have to move this fuel shutoff to reserved position. So now henceforth we will be very much cautious. Now we need to find out that where is the fuel inlet source. Petrol pumps are available nearby so that we can get it filled. So it will be giving us a warning. This type of warning we are not getting in Scooty and even in Honda CBR also. So there continuously in the indicator fuel levels are being shown, and if that last line it is shown, then we need to be very cautious. And if we will be missing it, then sometimes in between we will face difficulty and we have to drag the vehicle for a longer place or up to the petrol pump. So that is there. So that's why this type of fuel shutoff is always very useful in this. At least when the fuel capacity comes to the reserved level, we used to come to know, and manually when we are turning it towards reserved capacity, then from that time onwards we used to be cautious and we will search out for any petrol pump nearby. Right. So this is there. Now just I am erasing it. So that is the position of fuel shutoff. Right. Now the fuel from this tank is coming here, and through fuel shutoff it will be traveling to the carburetor. So carburetor is the component. See, we talked about we talked about fuel tank. Fine. From that fuel tank there will be a fuel shutoff. Then fuel shutoff, the fuel will be going to the carburetor. Now this carburetor is the component which supplies fuel and air mixture both. Yes, carburetor supplies fuel and air mixture both. So you can see that from here air inlet is also available here. Air inlet is also there. So the air will be entering somewhere inside, and from this component there will be a filter. Here a filter will be there. After crossing that filter, the air will be entering to the carburetor, and then according to the availability of air, the carburetor will send proportionality the fuel, and the fuel and air mixture both will be coming from the carburetor to the engine. So here there will be an inlet to the engine, means fuel and air mixture will enter through the induction pipe. There will be an induction pipe, okay, and it will be directly entering into the cylinder head, we can say. And here in the cylinder head there used to be a spark plug. Okay, so a spark plug is another side, so that's why it is not visible here. So a spark plug is another side. So in that spark plug, as we know that a spark plug will be producing a spark. So when the fuel and air mixture both will be entering into the engine and a spark will be created, then due to that spark, combustion will take place and fuel and air mixture will be burning, and then further power will be developed. So through the induction pipe, it will be going to the cylinder. What goes to the cylinder? Actually fuel and air mixture both. Though carburetor is having two types of jet, one is idling jet and one is main jet. Idling jet works, means it supplies fuel only in the case of when accelerator is not moved during starting of the engine. So when we start the engine and keep our gear in neutral position, the engine keeps on in starting position. That particular position is called idling position. So in that condition, very less amount of air is available, and accordingly fuel also will be supplied to the engine, and thereby we will be able to run the engine. So during idling, for warming up, that engine will be needing that idling RPM. So generally manufacturer also recommends that whenever we are starting the engine, we should run the engine for some time. Immediately we should not go for moving the accelerator to the higher level, so that engine should come to its particular operating temperature. If the engine is coming to its particular operating temperature, then only fuel and air mixture atomization is taking place very fast and power will be produced properly. So that's why we face little problem during colder season. Engine doesn't start immediately. We need to supply excess fuel, and then only engine will be starting. Okay, so that is there. When fuel and air mixture has gone to the cylinder, then a spark plug will create a spark. Due to that spark, combustion will be taking place. And then the piston will be moved downward. So those positions and all I will be telling you later about that induction stroke. So as it is a 4-stroke engine, so induction stroke, then there will be compression stroke, then there will be ignition will be there. Ignition is not an stroke, ignition is an event, and then further expansion stroke will be there, or it is called power stroke. And then after that, after expansion or power stroke, the gases which are produced in the cylinder, it will lose all of its energy, and now it is to be thrown out in the atmosphere, and through this backside, rear side exhaust pipe is there, so exhaust gases will be thrown out, and this cylinder will be having inlet valve and outlet valve. Exhaust valve, you can say, inlet valve and exhaust valve. Okay, so two valves are there, inlet valves are there, exhaust valves are there, or outlet valve also we can say. Through this outlet valve, the gases are going out to the atmosphere through this exhaust pipe, and that exhaust pipe is designed in such a way that it will be suppressing the noise. It will suppress the noise. So there used to be a silencer mechanism which will absorb the noise level, and it will be making the noise level to a acceptable level. So that's why many of the bikes and all, it is not producing more sound, and many of the vehicle, if this silencer is taken out, then it will be producing a very heavy sound, and it will create a lot of noise pollution. So this is the way engine is working. As I told that I will not be discussing further more on this induction, compression, expansion or exhaust stroke. This I will be explaining in my next video, where I will say exactly the position of piston, whether it is at top dead center or it is at bottom dead center, BDC. So TDC, BDC, when the piston is moving, so piston always moves up and down, upward and downward motion. So that is called reciprocating motion, and this reciprocating motion is further converted to rotary motion by crankshaft. So crankshaft is there in this engine. Okay, so the piston is connected with connecting rod, one side it is connected with crankshaft. So the reciprocating motion of the piston will be converted into a rotary motion by the crankshaft, and from the crankshaft through the gearbox mechanism. In this particular assembly, chain is there, chain. So this is this chain assembly. Here also one gear is there, here also one bigger gear is there. So both set of these gears and chain, it is called sprocket. Chain and sprocket. So this chain and sprocket, so the engine gear will be driven by the crankshaft, and through that chain mechanism, the drive will be transferred to the rear wheel, because that this sprocket is connected with the rear wheel. So the rear wheel will rotate and the vehicle will move forward. So this is the mechanism which is being followed. So when somebody used to come, that students, when they are coming, I used to tell them, I used to show them each and everything, how that sprocket works, how the chain. So over a duration, when the vehicle is running for a longer duration, then this chain will be loosened. So in loose chain, we should not actually drive the vehicle. If the chain is coming out, then the vehicle will not work, and it is dangerous also. So time to time we need to check the tension of the chain also. So that chain tension has to be checked properly and it has to be adjusted properly. So those things I will be telling them, and I used to tell them how to remove the spark plug, how to clean that, how to check the functioning of a spark plug, how to clean the carburetor, which is very much required, cleaning of the carburetor time to time. Cleaning of the carburetor, then cleaning of the spark plug, chain adjustment, okay, even tire pressure check, that also has to be done, and any leakage of fuel from the tank time to time, battery checking, battery terminals check, its voltage checking. So each and everything, even the filter has to be cleaned properly. So that filter cleaning. So these things I used to tell them when the students used to come to me to know about basic maintenance skills. And these are the basic maintenance skills which everybody should know. It is a requirement, it is the need of the hour. If we are knowing, we will be able to save our considerably our time. So the time can be saved considerably, and knowledge in any form is never harmful. Knowledge in any form is never harmful. It is always useful. Fine. So I will be stopping my talk on this two-wheeler engine working today here only, and this is the vehicle which is shown in background. This is CBR, and in this also I will be telling them how to clean the spark plug, how to oil, how to change the lubricating oil timely. We have to check the lubricating oil levels also time to time. If that lubricating oil level will be going down below the recommended levels, then certainly that engine will be having some problem. So we need to avoid all those things. Then only we will be able to maintain the vehicle for a longer time. So thank you very much, and if you have liked, please share with your friends, and I will be coming back with these small videos for all of you. Thank you very much.